Hi everyone, this is Aaron for Zollotech, and we're going to boot up the brand new HTC One for the first time. So we'll turn it on here. And one thing I didn't mention in the unboxing video is we have Gorilla Glass 3 on the front. Super strong and thin, so it helps with thinness and lightweight. Super thin phone. Feels pretty good in the hand too. Let's wait for it to boot up here. Should be pretty quick given its specs. Again, if you're not familiar, we've got a 2.3 gigahertz quad-core processor with 2 gigabytes of RAM, so pretty fast. Now, if you're overseas, you actually get a little bit of a boost at 2.5 gigahertz, but it's a different processor, so you get the Snapdragon 801 here in the United States. So here's the first boot up, and we'll unlock it here, and here's the welcome screen. So it's going to activate. Again, this is on Verizon, so thanks to them for sending this along for a quick review and taking a look at it. One of the other things I didn't mention in the video is it has a non-removable battery, and it's actually a pretty good size. It should get you through a day, no problem, and it also should really have no problem getting you through maybe a day and a half. It's 2,600 milliamp hours, and that should be good for about 14 hours of talk time. So we'll skip all this Verizon Cloud stuff and say not now. We'll skip all of this just to get to the main UI, and we can set this all up with our Google account, and we'll do that later. But we want to get to the main screen here if we can. So we'll wait for HTC's Sense to load. Now, one thing they've changed from the HTC One is they've actually put the virtual buttons back instead of having your home and back over here. So you can see this is Blinkfeed, where we've got our news and information. We go home, and we've got Amazon built in. We have My Info Zone. Now, this is stock Verizon, first time been turned on, so it kind of gives you an idea of what's there. So far, pretty responsive. You see it doesn't really lag at all or anything. It says press and hold an icon to add a shortcut. We already know how to do all of that, but here's all of the pre-installed Verizon apps. We also have Amazon apps pre-installed, along with some Google apps, some tools, kid mode, parent dashboard, camera, which is something obviously we're pretty interested in with this phone if you're looking into it. So we can change the capture mode for the camera, video, Zoe, selfie, dual capture, and we can capture front and back. You can see I'm talking here in the little screen. Let's go back to the camera, and that's one thing I'm looking forward. It's hard to find a good phone, a good Android phone that has really good photos. Really one that beats the HTC One. Even though it's got a lower megapixel camera in the rear, it actually has a really high quality image that it produces. So we've got some messaging app here, and we don't want Verizon messages. We want Hangouts or something like that. So we'll change all of this around later. But you can see this is kind of what's self-installed. They've got some different apps. Go to the dialer. And that's pretty much it. You've got Android. If you're familiar with Android or Sense, you'll understand this looks very familiar, feels a little bit more like Android, though, or stock Android, which is nice in my opinion. So feels good, a little more rounded here, it looks like, than the HTC One, and I'll do a comparison of those later, but you can see it's super thin, and it feels very high quality. It's really well built, and let's snap a picture quick. We'll just take a picture of one of the cameras recording, and we'll take a look at that. So you can see we have some lighting, and this is just one camera where I can get some other angles if I want to use those. But it looks pretty good. Nice picture considering the lighting and everything. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Anything specifically that you can't find about this phone that you'd like to know about, let me know, and I'll try and do a little follow-up for you and see what we can show you in regards to this particular phone. Let me know in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. As always, thanks for watching. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.